Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Jahmal Kennedy.
And I'm Khadijah Torbert. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics. The Troy football team took on the Wisconsin Badgers Saturday in a 28-3 loss. Troy had a quality chance to take the lead right before the half with the first down on the Wisconsin 30-yard line. However, an offensive play interference call put the Trojans 15 yards behind the sticks, and they just could not recover.
Defensive coordinator Vic Koenig said the defense did not take advantage of opportunities and left points on the field.
This last weekend we left a lot of potential plays on the field. And I think in my perspective, we probably should have scored 3 times on defense if we'd executed exactly right and been prepared when the ball was snapped and did exactly as they'd been shown to do. We had opportunities to get some takeaways that we didn't do. So we let victory slip through our fingers, and this is something that we've got to learn how to not do again.
Wide receiver Jarvis Bentley said that there was no real difference between Wisconsin and NC State's defense despite the loss, and that he thinks the offense performed well aside from a few turnovers.
They're pretty much the same. They play good coverages. They got a good D-line. Secondary is great. We just got to execute. We perform real good, first downs and third downs, but, turnovers really killed us. We turned the ball over, We kind of hurt ourselves. We had the game, but, we played a good Wisconsin team. They beat us.
Jahmal Kennedy, Trojan Sports Now.
The football team has the week off but are preparing for their upcoming first conference play game.
The Trojans ended their non-conference schedule with a 2-1 win against Belmont over the weekend. There were some changes made to the goalkeeper due to injuries, but head coach Jason Hamilton knew that freshman goalkeeper Sydney Tucker could get the job done with her good preseason ethic and training. He was overall impressed with her abilities this weekend and was glad she had the opportunity to get experience herself.
Mickey she had a little bit of a hamstring injury, so rather than play her and make it any worse, we just told her we were going to rest her and get her to 100%, get ready for conference play. We're confident in Sydney that she could come in and play. She had a great preseason. She has had a great year so far in training, and we knew it wasn't going to make a difference if we had either one of them in goal. They're both very capable goalkeepers, and it was good to get Sydney some time. She made 2 great saves in the first game against Tennessee Tech when the game was still a close game, and then she did well in against Belmont on Sunday. So, we're happy with her performance, that she was able to step in, let Mickey get a little bit of a rest, get a couple days extra off, and, get some experience herself.
Sydney Tucker earned her second straight start for the Trojans and came up huge with 4 saves in the match. The Troy defense helped Tucker and only allowed 8 shots, 6 of which came in the first half.
The Trojan volleyball team headed into conference play and in both games started strong but failed to finish. Against Appalachian State on Friday night, the team got off to an impressive start, but things changed when the second half came around. Kristen Carpenter has more from Friday night's game.
Friday night, the Troy volleyball team had a matchup against Appalachian State in their Sun Belt opener. The volleyball team played really well in the first 2 sets, but Appalachian State came back in the last 2 sets and then won the 5th set, leaving it 3-2.
They made plays that we had made in the first 2 games, and we didn't. And it was a good match. It really stinks to come out on the bottom end of that.
Leah Causey ran a season high with 15 kills, with Blair Winston almost matching up with 14 kills. Allie Dowdle also had a record, posting a match high with 22 digs and one of 3 players to post double digits. Throughout the game, there were 48 kills total for the Trojans and 46 total assists. Even with a loss, head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick still gave Appalachian State credit for a good match.
You give App State credit, they came back and played really well in 3, 4, and 5.
Kristen Carpenter, Troy, Trojan Vision Sports.
The Trojans looked to bounce back on Saturday night against the Red Wolves of Arkansas State, but didn't see much of a difference. For the second consecutive night, the Trojan volleyball team won the first 2 sets, but lost the next 3, falling to Arkansas State 3-2 in Trojan Arena on Saturday night. Sarah Landis and Simone Shaw led the Trojans with 11 kills each. Rana Terry recorded a season-high 41 assists. Defensively, Troy had just 5 total team blocks, while the Red Wolves recorded 17 as a team. Allie Dowdell led the Trojans with 14 digs, while Terry was just behind with 13 for her second straight double-double. As the Trojans continue into their season, head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick emphasizes to his team the importance of being able to finish.
If you can't finish, then it doesn't matter how you start. The fact that we started strong, we had problems starting in the last 6 matches or so, and that was our focus last week in practice. Now we just have to keep focusing on starting strong and now finishing strong as well.
Sarah Landis and Simone Shaw led the Trojans with 11 kills each. Raina Terry recorded a season-high 41 assists, and Allie Dowdell led the Trojans with 14 digs. Terry was just behind with 13 for herself.
The Troy women's golf teams heat off Monday for the final round of the season-opening Schooner Fall Classic. The tournament opened up with 18 holes on Saturday, and the Trojans were led by freshman Lindsay Harrison and junior Fatima Fernandez-Cano. The pair set the tone for the Trojans by shooting a matching 2 over par 73. Though it was her first collegiate round, Harrison shined in the spotlight, shooting a pair of birdies. Cano also had a big opening round with 3 birdies, and with Sunday's round canceled due to inclement weather, the two were tied for the 27th place heading into Monday's 3rd and final round.
The women's golf team finished in 11th place at the season-opening Schooner Fall Classic hosted by Oklahoma at the Belmar Golf Club. Playing in her first tournament as a Trojan, junior Gabby Oubre shaved 8 strokes off her opening round score to shoot even par on Monday. She had 3 birdies, an eagle on the par 5, and finished tied for 41st place. A pair of Troy freshmen, Lindsay Harrison and Bianca Lobauer, closed out their first collegiate tournament tied for 48th and 56th place respectively. Harrison shot a 9 over 80 with 1 birdie in her round, while Lobauer carded a pair of birdies en route to a 5 over 76. Becca Horner rounded out the field for the Trojans in 64th place after shooting a 10 over 81 in the final round. Troy returns to the links this weekend at the Chris Bannister Golf Classic hosted by Jacksonville State at the Silver Lakes Golf Course in Glencoe, Alabama.
The Troy men's and women's cross-country teams competed at the UF Mountain Dew Gator Invitational over the weekend, hosted by Florida. The men's squad competed in the 8K while the women ran a 5K. Head coach Elian Blount says on the men's side, they did well while beating some higher-ranked schools, even with Troy missing 2 of their runners in the top 7.
On the men's side, I think we did fairly well for what we brought to the meet. We were without 2 of our top 7 runners. So 2 of our runners in the top 7, excuse me. So that was, good to see them come out and get 4th and beat Miami and some other, some other schools in Florida that are pretty competitive.
And for the women's side, Coach Blount says they could have done better, but they fell flat, which may have been the outcome of his practice designs for the team.
All right, so on the women's side, I think we kind of fell flat a little bit, and partly because of my design. I've been beating up pretty good in practice, and I think it's kind of catching up to them. So I'm going to start pulling back a little bit and letting them kind of race a little bit faster, give them some confidence going into the conference meeting about 6 weeks from now.
As for the overall finishes, the men's team placed 4th and the women's team placed 10th.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of how the Trojan football team handles the off week in preparation for its first conference play matchup.
But first, Ron Renfro sits down with soccer sophomore defender Haley Robertson. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.